Welcome to round 2 of the Pro Tour. We're at the arena circuit of Zwartkops, just west of Pretoria, and looking forward to action from Volkswagen Challenge, the Red Star Raceway Masters, and the GT Challenge and GT Classics. Kicking things off with the Volkswagen Challenge, proudly brought to you by their associate sponsors. After round 1, it was action aplenty expected at the arena circuit of Zwartkops. I can tell you something, in the Class Cs, when it's this close, you really are going to be in for a great battle. With the Batman at the top, Henry van Vletter set the pace and also takes 2 victories coming from round 1. Roos and Van Zyl will try and close him down.
Hey Greg, I mean, we're catching up with all the news that is going on in the pits and a couple of new cars. You've got a lot to tell me.
Well, it certainly is. One of the biggest news items this weekend, obviously, is the launch of the FSR class officially. Unfortunately, some of the engine components weren't ready for the Pikisa race, so a lot of the guys that had intended to race couldn't. So this weekend is the big one.
Vote to the Class Cs is going to be a tight one. I mean, you and Henry van Vletter were separated by absolutely nothing out there.
Yeah, it was a wonderful morning this morning, and the new format that we have for qualifying on a Saturday morning seems to work out well in summer. I think the real challenge will come in winter when the track's very cold, and one would have to be very responsible for qualifying early on a Saturday morning.
Oh, you can see a big inheritance there for pole position going to Roos due to the fact that the Batman decided not to go to Park May. Coming out of Class C last year and qualifying on the Fridays, all of a sudden he forgot all about Park May and has to come from the back of the field.
That's going to be a hard challenge, but a big push as well, but we know his car is dialed in. Jacques Smith moves himself up into 2nd place and tries to go and attack Roos in the early stages. But remember, the tyres will be cold, still very early on in the racing, so they're going to have to warm these tyres and get into the zone. 12 laps of action for these boys.
Yeah, just past the 10 o'clock mark on the morning, and it looks like these guys are not going to hold anything back here as they start the race. Heading down into turn 3, side by side, Van Zyl and Smith go for the attack
well, Van
on Roos.
Van Zyl gets up the inside.
Yeah, getting pushed hard, and in fact too hard. Look at him running wide. That's going to end up in tears.
Yeah, big strips going there as well, and the WRC polo colours living up to their names as he goes farming on the outside. 1st to 3rd, and he's in danger now because Alka is coming.
Yeah, the Bat Lady is right there, and it looks like she might sneak through. No, not quite.
Tight.
Had a big look though, and nearly was Golf 1's 1, 2 and 3 on the track, but the Polo managing just to stay ahead. And well, as I say, managing, I don't know if he's managing at all. Hello, check out Batman though. He's already up in 5th place, only on the 1st lap.
Yeah, he's on the side of Durek and he's chasing things down on Gosman as well. A couple of names who have made themselves very famous in this category of racing. But the Batman, it's his year to go and chase this one down.
Yeah, let's see if he's able to get through. We go on board now with Alka as they head down across the line, and that's the stripe cross for the first time into turn 1. BMW accessories corner. And the Bat Lady trying to close down here on Roos. Roos's car is slipping and sliding. Those tyres are definitely not up to heat and temperature just yet.
And remember, this is the first time that this category of racing has gone out on the new track. And I say the new track has been resurfaced and repaired in the off-season. So they're still getting used to how the car feels on it, and Voda is not getting used to it.
No, he's not living life at the moment, running wide now at turn 5. So turn 4, turn 5, not playing the game here.
Oh, on the back end hanging out on Alka's car as well.
I think she's realising that there's a bit of pressure coming, and it's from her husband from behind. So Henry is already up into 4th place, and the Golf 2 looks pretty dangerous. The Dark Knight is coming through this field pretty rapidly.
So Francois Van Zyl and Smith, they are leading things out at the moment, and they're going to have to live on borrowed time because the pace that Henry van Vletter is pushing should see him claw his way through. He sits in 4th place right now. At
the halfway stage, and really looking to go up the inside. Alka might give him a little bit extra room and does that. So
plenty of space given there.
Yeah, the Bat family going at it for 2nd and 3rd place because they've got to catch 2nd place first of all. Whoa, in the background, is that Voter again?
Yeah, Voter has gone, he's actually got a rut there. He's hit that corner so many times, but they'll still be trying to dial that car in very early in the season.
If I was Mel, I'd go to Voter and say, listen, it's time for some time mining and processing sponsorship on that corner now.
Did you see Jacques Smith's car? It was hanging loose there. He is pushing the back end of that car all the way, and you can see why. He feels like he's getting held up by Van Zyl, and his pit board will be telling him that the Batman is coming. We call Henry van Vletter the Batman, you can see why.
Yeah, it's awesome to see him come through Volkswagen Volkswagen Challenge corner, now heading down into the first turn, and Van Zyl is having one of the best drives we've seen out of him. He's kept it smooth, he's kept it clean, and it looks like he's pulling a little bit of a gap now on Smith as they go through turn 1. Down into the braking markers for an ex-con. Smith comes up the inside, late braking, nearly getting through, but not quite close enough.
He's desperate to get through. He's got to get the move on. Look at this at the top of the hill. He's been trying this line to sweep around the outside, but you do set yourself up. You can get taken way, way wide, but if you can live out there for a long time, you can do the longest overtaking maneuver known to mankind. But look what it's done. It's opened up the door. Van Vletter has joined the party.
Oh,
Smith has gone
wide. Onto the dirt, into turn 7, Execuline corner. It's going to compromise his drive slightly. Hey, Van Vletter's going for a move. Gets up the inside, into Goldwagen. Oh, uses a bit of the curb and a bit of Van Zyl too.
Plenty of curb. Got a really good run down the bottom there as well, and Van Zyl tried to squeeze him out, but very late on. But the momentum was in the hands of our fastest qualifier, who finally now hits the front and gets some clear air.
It's taken him 8 laps, but he's got to the front from the back of this field of 12 cars.
That was all
driving.
That was all Smith and Van Zyl just messing around, really.
Yeah, I think so. Just holding each other up, and by doing that, all of a sudden now Elke has a chance to sneak through too. Maybe we'll get the Bat family on the podium, and in fact, that's exactly what we're seeing. Check that out. Elke is up into 3rd place. I'm not quite sure if she's going to catch Jacques Smith, but she's got a bit of problems of her own in the hands of Volkswagen, and Van Zyl has just gone backwards.
Yeah, Francois Van Zyl has had a terrible second half to this race, made too many mistakes. Volkswagen has obviously figured things out. The flag is out though, and fastest qualifier Henry Van Vletter comes from the back of the pack to get the win in Heat 1.
Yeah, takes the victory, and ahead of Jacques Smith. Van Vletter's on the podium, both of them, with the Bat Lady in 3rd, Volkswagen and Van Zyl 4 and 5 on the track.
Yes, Batman, we're going to start you at the back of the pack every race from now on, because that was a big charge.
Thank you very much, Matt. Yeah, they put me in the back of the grid, my own fault. You know, the routine is we normally qualify on Friday afternoons. I went through Saturday morning, Whitebridge, go past. What the heck, I'm not in the... I'm not where I should be. So I put you back of the grid, that's where I had to start. Didn't know I would get to the front.
Moving straight into the new class, FSI, classes A and B. Nobre, Mankies and Hurley, the top 3 there. We got for Darren, Nathan and Thole going at it for Class B honours.
Carlos, up for the championship this year, man, but it is going to be hard. All the players have come out, a lot of new wagons to deal with as well.
Yes, no, definitely a lot of players, a lot more cars to come still. So I think it's going to be competitive, going to be tough racing. Last year was tough, but I think this year is going to be a lot tougher, you know.
Darren, a bit of a different look and feel to the Goldwagen Challenge this time around. Normally you'd be out there duking for the front, but you are at the front of the Bs at least.
Yeah, at least. Yesterday was a great qualifying. It was in the rain, it was very wet, and Ryan and I swapped positions lap after lap. He had it, then I had it, then he had it, and I had it. And it just so happened that I got it on the last lap, and yeah, the checkered flag came out, so I'm starting on pole.
So we're going to be in for a great race here. The new class, a new category for the challenge this year is FSI, and there's 4 of them at the front. Hurley gets a good drop and drives around the outside of Mankies into 2nd.
I got to tell you, Steve Hurley, who built that car for James's son, that is one of the best cars I've ever seen come out of this category, and so exciting to see the FSIs come out. On paper, able to run faster lap times than the national polos.
Yeah, that's an important factor to take into account. These guys really have got to grips early on with the new engines, and the new shape also looks fantastic as they head down towards turn 4, Castrol Edge corner. Hard braking required, and you can see Atkinson is going at it, as is Nathan, who puts Gavin Ross between himself and Thole.
Yeah, he puts him in his place. Thole is going to be charging now, trying to get himself up there. Also in one of those new shape cars, actually debuted at the end of last year. Not the FSI engine, but a very similar body shape.
It's a good move there, but Thole comes up and gives a similar type move up into Sassel corner. So it's 2 Class B cars ahead of the 2nd Class A car, because just up the road you can see that yellow Polo Classic, and that of course is Charles Smallberger leading Class A.
Yeah, Smallberger, not too many people for him to play with in the early stages of this season, but we know everyone will dust their cars off as they find a little bit of extra bucks after the Christmas, well, not the Christmas drought, but the Christmas big spend.
Yeah, and also just got to take into account it's nearly Easter, so they're going to have to find that extra bucks very quickly. Down into turn 1 though, it's FSI's 1 to 4, then Class A. Here's the Class B battle, and Thole and Nathan, as you heard from Darren in qualifying, were chopping and changing almost every single lap, so I expect the same thing here in race 1.
Silver pole just went through is Rory Atkinson, so he's changed up and stepped into the former Lee Thompson Racing FSI.
Good to see him stepping up into the FSI category. He probably would have been competitive with Darren, Nathan and Thole in very similar type car, but as they come up into Castrol Edge corner, the man on the move is actually Valden Mankies, and he is starting to put the pressure onto the back end of Hurley.
Mankies is coming on strong, and there's a little bit of dust.
Atkinson
just gets it crossed up. It's turn number 4. It's causing some problems today.
It certainly is. A new surface, and the tyres are not matching each other, and the grip is definitely not there.
Also,
oh, look at that!
Remember that the FSIs are going into that corner a little bit hotter, so they're still trying to get used to race pace as Atkinson gets sent backwards.
Yeah, backwards by 2 cars there. Nathan has got through, but here he comes back and returns the favour on Thole. Not quite. Oh, they side by side.
Ryan stays in it.
Nice stuff, Ryan Thole.
And he had to. Yeah, no, the worst thing about this is you're going to get boxed out and you're going to get stuck behind a different category. But what he can do now is maybe allow, you can see in the wing mirror there, you can see the FSI come through, and maybe Thole can just go with him.
Yeah, he's got to try and use him to get through, but whoa, a little bit wide there from Atkinson.
Came in there hot.
Atkinson comes up on his arch rival from last season, Darren Nathan. I don't think Nathan's going to give him much room to play with, considering the fact that he's about 2-3 car lengths ahead of Atkinson.
Gav Ross is trying to get himself through there. He is also running in the Class A, so he's trying to bridge the gap and get up to Smallberger, who by this stage is quite a long way up the road.
It's great to see Lyle Ramsey just behind there as well.
Also moving into the Polo.
Moving into the Polos from Class D last year. So a lot of the Class D drivers actually moved up into Class B. The change was a little bit easier than moving into the FSI or A category.
It's James that's up the road. He's the big mover out of D's up into the FSIs, and he's definitely going to be a player.
Nobray's got his work cut out for him if that guy gets on pace, because we all know that Harry Potter has got some serious pace around most of the tracks that these guys go and play at.
James Hurley is the car we're looking back at as we sweep into turn number 2.
Oh, he's out of shape.
Gone. Yeah, I saw the back end break loose there. He's got a slapper going, and he's actually done very well to keep that thing in line, but it ain't going to stop.
Oh, into the tyre wall, a little bit of damage to the front end. That's probably the end of his race in Cashel Edge. So what is that, 4 cars off in the first 2 races so far?
Yeah, it has been very, very greasy down there. The guys are running in super hot, and like we say, it's still early morning, so not too much heat into the tarmac just yet.
A bit further back here, Andy Gossman going at it with the 94. Great little drive there from Tyrell Governasamy, and he goes up on the inside and looks just in the background. Look at this, 4 cars involved here. It's awesome stuff.
Yeah, Gossman forcing the rookie off, and Governasamy should be able to benefit from this one, but Gossman is just holding that line quite nicely. Ramsey has to find the long way round.
Oh, that's Yannick van Rooyen as well. You don't want to be playing around with the Goldwagen, man. He's got some talent when it comes to front-wheel drive cars, and you can see the 2 of them now side by side, Van Rooyen and Gossman, and Van Rooyen's got the inside line, so should be able to just take it. Gossman stays in and around the outside of one. Oh!
No,
I think he was going to last long, and he's gone.
No! Just remind ourselves as we see Gossman.
Heads up!
Oh, man. Did he close his eyes? Did he take his hands off the wheel? That was panic stations all around. Yeah, as soon as you let that back wheel hang out on the outside of turn 1, you are gone.
Peter Thompson also had to take evasive action in the second. The Golf 2 is a bit further back in the pack, but well done for not clipping anybody and just staying out of trouble. Look how it's closed up here in the closing stages. It's all about Nobray. He's got it all done and dusted by the looks of things, and yep, checkered flag is going to come out for race 1.
Now, it looks like he backed it down those last couple of laps. He had it in the bag, and he allowed Voldy Meinkees to close things down.
Looks like Meinkees might have been given a jump start there, so he's going to drop right out of those top 5. Nobray takes it. Charles Smallberger steps up in Class A to take 2nd overall. Atkinson in 3rd, and Darren Nathan B and 4th overall.
Charles, a bit of a weird situation this year. A very small group in the Class A's because of the new FSIs coming in, but you've got to be out there still racing.
Yeah, no, it's good to be here. Always enjoyable. Great car to drive these, and it was lucky to just come with my dad's car, have a bit of a jaunt, and get some seat time.
These things are lovely as well. I love driving this format of car as well. It's just the most stable vehicle out there.
Yeah, when you get the setup right, it's perfect. But like today, I was a bit loose at the back, but we made sure to hang on to it. But lovely cars, all in all.
Moving into race 2 now of classes C. No D's out there at all, but 15 lappers, so a slightly longer affair. And that's going to give an opportunity to the Batman, who's on pole this time, to maybe get away from the rest of the field. But if I was Jacques Smith, I'm not going to let him get away.
Now, I'm excited to see what Jacques Smith can do as well, because it looked like he had the pace, and his lap time showed it. He was the 2nd fastest man out there in the first heat. So now he doesn't have to make the pass of Van Zyl. He can go with Van Vletter.
And so will Mrs. Van Vletter go as well, because the Bat Lady is right there with Smith as the 3 of them head off into Speed and Sound Sweep onto the back straight.
She's on form this year.
Having a great one, considering they've come out of round 1 with Van Vletter, Henry that is, taking the overall victory, and 2nd place going to the Bat Lady. So they definitely got what it takes here in this Class C battle.
Wouter Roos has got some head scratching to do. They'll have figured things out at Nathan's Motorsport, trying to get him a better setup, get him back up to speed, and get him comfortable out there so he can take the lines he wants to.
Got on board here with Wouter Roos just behind the Bat Lady. Behind him was Giles Darroch, and look out for Gossman, and then of course Christian de Vet out there too.
Oh, get in there.
Look at that for a maneuver.
Just shoves it up the inside there, a legit block pass. If you're up the inside there is no way anyone can come back at you, and Elke Van Vletter gets taken all the way over the curbs and outside the top 5.
You can see that. Oh, Derek sideways as well. Derek getting completely sideways behind Francois Van Zyl. So it looks like Van Zyl holding the rest of the field up. Greg Gossman coming along for the ride. They're trying to find a way past Giles Derek around the outside of Goldwagen corner and onto that main straightaway. He might have the drive, and if he doesn't run too wide, no, he hasn't. Let's see whether or not he's able to make that one stick.
Gossman and Derek, that's going to be a dice going all the way through the season because they are so equally matched. Van Zyl is on the comeback trail, heading inside of turn number 4.
Looking for a way past.
He's got that line done.
Pretty easily done there.
But we know if you get the inside up there, you don't always get the drive up the top of the hill. So let's see if Alka can just reel him back in. She doesn't look like she's got the big drive, and he is fading across to the inside, blocking a possible overtaking maneuver. He's late on the brakes as well, so a good pass there from Van Zyl, and he drifts slightly wide.
Yeah, a little bit wide there, but not too bad. Manages to hang on to that position now that he's got through. See how the pressure comes now from the bad lady just behind the Elke van Vletter driving the wheels off that Golf 1, and then it's Gossman. Gossman under pressure from Darroch. Now it looks like he did make it through, and now Darroch and him start to close in on Van Vletter. So it looks like we're going to have a 4-way Golf 1 battle here, and that is for 4th place on the road.
Bear in mind a couple of the guys sitting outside the top 5 right now. Christian de Wet, Wayne Kraus, the new guy in the X35 Energy Drinks SA machine, being very loose today.
Oh, is this going to be another one? Has Vogt been able to keep it? No, this time he keeps it on the black stuff. Only just though, but check the drive here. Bat Lady gets great drive and closes on these guys because they were battling, and side by side through turn 4 is not the greatest drive ever. There's a pass from Van Zyl.
Vogt is just staying way outside, all the way on the outside of turn 4. He leaves the door open and tries for the... Oh, that's what he was doing. He was going for the cutback at the top of the shelf there. But his line going up the hill was very, very strange.
Oh, he's got the cutback nicely done, and it looks like they're going to go 3 by 3 down into Goldwagen.
Van Zyl's got
find the line. Can you pick it? Yes, you can.
Van Zyl has got that one covered quite nicely, but Vota is in huge trouble now because Alka is definitely going to have the drive. No, she still cannot get on the power well enough, but watch how stable she is through turns 1 and into the braking markers on turn 2. That's where I think she's got a very good chance.
Yeah, nicely done there by Elke van Vletter, but here we go, side by side. This time gets the drive out of turn 4 into Cashel Edge corner. We're just over the halfway mark, and yeah, that was tight.
I can see what Vota's trying to do. He's set his car up to carry a lot of mid-corner speed, so he can sweep the outside lines, and he's done very well there. He is going to survive and hang on to this position.
Incoming. Gossman's behind here and on the attack. That's why Van Vletter goes on the inside early.
Should have gone over.
Let's see if she can get on the brakes later than he can. Yes, she can. Oh, that's good stuff.
Yeah,
Vota outgunned on the brakes.
He's just leaving the door open in too many places. I think his car's too pretty. He doesn't want to get rubbing just yet.
3 by 3, they go into turn number 1. Gossman slots in behind, realizes that the faster car is that inside car, and perfectly done. Well done, Greg Gossman.
So this is the battle for 4th place because up the road there are big gaps. Henry Van Vletter has gone, completely gone. Jacques Smith trying to hang on to him, and in no man's land, it's Van Zyl. This 4th place battle is where we're going to stay.
So Gossman on the back end of Van Vletter now, getting Voter behind him. That's not a bad option at this point of the race. No one is going to catch this man though.
Well, check how close
Smith did try. Yes, he did. He closed in on the final stages of this race, but I think it was due to the fact that the Golf 2 just rolled out of it. He took it a lot easier in those last couple of laps and will still come through to take a double victory. That's going to make it 4 out of 4 for Class C for Henry Van Vletter.
What we need to watch coming into the rest of the season is the fastest lap of that race went to Jacques Smith.
So it's Van Vletter that takes the victory ahead of Jacques Smith. Francois Van Zyl comes through for 3rd place. Elke van Vletter having a great dice with Gossman and Voter eventually won that one out. Christian de Wet, Kraus, Cruiser and Darroch, your top 10.
Jacques, unfortunately you have to be the 2nd fastest man today, but you were the fastest man on paper in that last race, pushing on hard.
Yeah, we tried, just gave it everything. Unfortunately Henry was just quicker today. We crashed the car last weekend, so put it together really quick and didn't really want to get it too mixed up with the guys, but we pushed hard and it paid off. At least we got 2 seconds, eh?
How do you feel about taking a double today, though? I mean, you were dialed in.
You know what, I felt good, you know, Dion Kraus and them with the car. I just felt on song, everything was working, not the problems from last year. 3 races last year, all after each other, championship gone, cars working. Beautiful, man, beautiful.
Great start to the season there for the Batman. Let's see what happens now in classes FSI A and B. The Class A battle is going to be between Gavin Ross and Smallberger. FSI is a bit up the road.
Elbows
as
in.
we go on with Holiday, and Hollywood is not holding back yet.
Yeah, gets a good drop of the line, gets himself up there. He's going to be a player in the mix, and it's taken us a while to get used to all the different colours. And his qualifier, he should be much higher than that. He's way back.
Hurley's back into the mix, and Atkinson on his tail with Mikey's taking it a lot more gingerly off the start this time. Still ended up in 4th place.
Nobre missed a gear there.
Yeah, Nobre missing a gear, coming through speed and sound, and being blasted away there by Hurley. Atkinson's going to try to come up the inside. inside as they head towards turn 4. So it's Hurley that comes out onto the back straight in the lead. Atkinson might sneak through for second. No, Nobre's good and keeps it around the outside.
And it looks like Hurley's team have used all the orange duct tape in Johannesburg and Pretoria right now to put the front end of that thing back together. I was loving the sound of those FSIs as they really got on the gas out of turn 3. I love this format.
Oh, it's awesome to see the new format. And whoa, nearly a little tap there from Nobre. He was extremely late and had to do a little bit of extra squeeze on the brake to stop himself from going up the back end of Hurley, but he managed to do just that. So the 4 of them go through and out of Kenwood into Execuline. We go on board with Voldy, who, as I said, got a great start in the first one, but unfortunately it was a jumped one. This time he took it easy and ended up in the same kind of position.
Greg, this is the future of the top end of this category. These FSIs are going to be slaying it.
As they come across the line now, it is Class A that is 5th place with Smallberger behind the wheel. Check the battle now for Class B. Once again, Nathan has been able to squeeze Gavin Ross behind him and put himself between the rest of the field and Gavin Ross. Great stuff.
Look at the front here. Hurley is he living on borrowed time? He's just opening that door like we saw with VWChallengeSA. He's just missing a couple of lines there. He's got a problem with his bonnet as well. Looks like it hasn't closed properly on the front left-hand side. So Nobre is going to be pressurizing him. He climbs inside. Yeah, he's got the job done.
So as they head down towards Goldwagen corner now, you can see just how hard these guys are pushing. Nobre had to work hard to find a way past Hurley, but eventually got there. And now onto the braking markers. It is Atkinson that's closing in, and I think Atkinson might be a bit of a spoiler here for the day, but check out Mikey's. Mikey's all of a sudden is starting to put in some very hot lap times.
Yeah, Mikey's also coming to terms with the vehicle. I know we're going to be talking about that in the first couple of rounds of this racing, but that's what they're doing. They're still getting used to how much power these things can actually lay down.
To say that, you can see Charles Smallberger
he's done well
and too far back off here in the Class A machine. As they come onto Renexcon corner, here is Voldy Mikey's looking for a way past. Atkinson looks for a way, but can't quite make it stick. Has to give it a little bit of a tap there, and the two of them come out onto the back straight. Going to be pretty tight between these two, but as I said, Voldy's been putting in hot lap times. He's gone second fastest, other than Nobre.
Yeah.
Oh, Atkinson with the problem.
I kind of thought that was coming. He faded back very, very quickly in that second half of the previous lap, and now he's just, it's gearbox problems. If you fade back coming out of turn number 2 there, it means you've lost either second or third gear.
So he's having to go from 1st to 4th or from 2nd to 4th, depending on which gear he's lost, and that's what's compromised his drive. But as soon as the drive comes in the FSI, he's able to maintain, and he actually ran some good corner speed to keep ahead of Smallberger.
This is going to be a hard situation for Smallberger to manage as well, because he is going to be better at the top of the hill. He's going to be blocked, and especially getting the drive out of turn number 8, which sets up almost the entire lap.
It looks like he's lost second by the looks of things. That's what I'm going to go on. But yeah, oh, this is tight. Here we go.
Here's the show.
Sex Trader polo with Nathan on it. The Pren Properties polo with Thole behind it. We saw it earlier on. They were side by side, and this time Ryan says it's my turn.
And you watch these guys. They give each other plenty of space. If there's a touch, it's certainly unintentional, because they certainly can match each other around every single corner. Look at that. You can see Nathan is on the right-hand side, and they are just going to put on a show. But they've got to watch out, because Ross is going to come.
Yeah, Ross is coming, and just in the background, have a look. It's also going to be Lyle Ramsey coming to play for a bit of fun and games here in race number 2. So it's pretty tight between these guys. And now into our next con. Hello, around the outside, Ramsey finds some really good pace and goes and puts that Class A Golf behind him. Now it's 3 polos for Class B ahead of Ross.
So Ramsey, the rookie, coming on strong, but check out front. Collis Nobre, he has got this championship by the short and curlies. He is running away with this one.
10-second gap over Voldy Mikey's, but Mikey's was involved in a little in-house scrap that kept him busy for a while and actually slowed him down, unfortunately. So a great drive there. There you can see Hurley comes across the line in 2nd place, and in 3rd place was going to be Voldy Mikey's. But as you can see, as they come down now, this is Class B's, and it's going to be Thole to take race 2's victory.
I tell you what, if it goes like this all season, flip a coin. If one of these guys is going to take it, the other one will get second.
So Carlos Nobre takes the victory in the FSI category with Voldy Mikey's behind him. We did see Hurley cross the line, but it was a lap down after some problems. Smallberger takes Class A, Thole takes Class B, and well done to Ramsey and Van Rooyen Jr. First time out and in the top 10.
Carlos, getting a pretty good grip on this championship at the moment, I'd say.
Well, that was a good race for me. The beginning was very tough. James came up on me, and he gave me a hard time. I missed a few gears, battling a little bit still with the car, but put in my mind, I have to get my mind right, get the power down, and try to pull away, because James is going to be a strong contender.
Well, boys, where do I start? I mean, that was one of the gnarliest races I've seen ever.
We put on a show, I think, unintentionally in some cases, intentionally in others, but congrats to Darren. It's a lekker jaw driving with him. He makes it so easy, you can have some fun. I think we had so much fun, we forgot about the oaks behind us that were catching us. Anyway, all's well that ends well.
Oh, Darren, they were queuing up. I mean, it was getting pretty busy. I mean, when you got railed around the outside of turn 8, that was pretty busy.
Yeah, it was very busy. Look, all to Ryan, he did a great job. He kept it on the black stuff and didn't make as many mistakes as I did. I ran into a third gear issue, but we drove around it, and when I wiped the snot out of our eyes, the whole field was behind us, so I showed him, let's go.
Nathan maintains his lead at the top of the championship in Class B as well. Van Vletter 1 point adrift, Thole in third, Van Vletter and Van Zyl equal in fourth. Big thanks to all the associate sponsors for the Volkswagen Challenge action from Zwartkops.